What if I told you right now someone tied to your deepest soul overflows with raw feeling? Not from your words or actions toward them, but from the incredible person you are finally becoming. Most people waste years convinced love shows up only when another picks them. They linger for a text, a hint, a declaration, or some wonder that flips their world. But what if your love story's biggest turn started the exact day you quit pursuing and began evolving? Right now, an unseen shift is unfolding. A shift so intense it sends waves across the core emotional bonds in your existence. The old you who questioned everything, dreaded dismissal, and hunted non-stop for approval is fading away. In its spot rises someone tougher, smarter, and truer than before. And here comes the amazing reality. The instant you started mending, expanding, and valuing your own value, you triggered something deep. The emotional gap that lingered began to fade. The link that felt shaky started heading toward fresh ground. Your soulmate senses it. They sense your power. They sense your evolution. And for reasons they might not completely grasp, their heart surges with feeling since you at last did the single act that alters all. You chose yourself first. The moment you chose yourself first, everything started shifting in ways nearly hidden at the outset. For ages, you might have thought joy, affection, approval, or emotional safety would come via someone else. Like countless others, you could have devoted years concentrating on others' desires from you, how others viewed you, and if you did enough to win their care. You might have altered your conduct, overlooked your own wants, kept quiet when pain struck, or gave up your calm to preserve specific bonds. Without noticing, you handed your self-worth to outsiders and awaited their verdict on your value. The issue with this method is it gradually separates someone from their real self. The more you hunt approval from the external realm, the less focus you offer the inner voice. Over time, you start existing by others' standards instead of reality. You become centered on gaining acceptance rather than staying real. You become worried about being selected instead of selecting yourself. This sparks internal struggle since the core of the human spirit craves genuineness. It craves being noticed, listened to, and valued not by outsiders first, but by the one who lives it daily. Choosing yourself first is no selfish deed. It is a deed of self-honor. It is the instant you quit seeing your own wants as lesser than all others. It is the instant you grasp that your emotions count, your limits count, your goals count, and your emotional health merits safeguarding. This insight often comes after letdowns, broken hearts, dismissal, or times of isolation. These moments push someone to gaze inside and pose tough queries. They start questioning why they handed over so much of themselves while getting so little back. They start spotting habits that ran hidden below the surface for years. As this insight expands, an evolution starts. Instead of hunting praise, you begin growing acceptance from inside. Instead of forever hunting comfort, you begin forging belief in yourself. You quit basing choices only on dread of losing folks and start basing them on honoring your own reality. This move may look minor, but mentally it runs deep. It alters the whole bond you hold with yourself. The force once poured into satisfying others turns free for expansion, mending, invention, and self-exploration. This stands as one of the most magnetic traits someone can build, not since it crafts a specific look, but since it crafts inner steadiness. Folks can detect the gap between one relying on outside approval and one holding real self-value. The latter bears a silent assurance that needs no endless proof. They avoid persuading the world of their worth because they already claimed it inside. Your soulmate detects this shift on a plane beyond language. They notice you no longer face life from scarcity. They notice you turning emotionally rooted and firm. There exists something profoundly touching in seeing someone at last claim their own value after doubting it for years. It resembles seeing a soul come back home after wandering lost so long. When you chose yourself first, you delivered a signal to your deeper mind that you merited affection, regard, and joy. More crucially, you quit awaiting another to grant you license to feel deserving. That choice remade how you hold yourself, how you link with others, and how you live each day. The person you are turning into no longer hunts wholeness beyond themselves. They uncover it inside, and that inner find sparks a mighty emotional wave that touches every vital bond in your world, including the core of the soulmate who waited to watch you claim the worth always present. Mending past emotional scars ranks among the biggest evolutions someone can undergo because numerous decisions in life stem from hurts we never fully grasped. Emotional scars rarely prove flashy or clear. At times they arise from dismissal, desertion, judgment, disloyalty, letdown, or feeling invisible in key lifetimes. These moments imprint deep in the spirit, molding how we see ourselves, others, and bonds. Even believing we advanced, these scars keep steering our ideas, feelings, and acts from the shadows. Countless carry these secret hurts for years, unaware. They puzzle over anxiety when someone withdraws, dread of dismissal, trouble trusting or drawing the same toxic bonds. The aware mind may zero in on current events, yet the unaware mind reacts to unsettled past moments. One deeply wounded may grow too guarded with their heart. One betrayed may always await letdown. One feeling undeserving of affection may unknowingly chase bonds confirming that view. The hurdle is unhealed scars breed repeating cycles. The spirit tries fixing incomplete emotional tales by replaying scenes like the first hurt. Lacking insight, someone may replay the same emotional tale repeatedly with new faces and settings. The people shift, yet the emotions stay known. This loop persists till mending starts. Mending does not mean erasing events. It does not mean acting as if painful moments never occurred. Instead, mending means confronting those moments openly and grasping how they formed your inner realm. It demands bravery, since it requires facing feelings avoided for years. Countless distract from hurt via non-stop busyness, toxic ties, or endless external fixes. Yet real mending starts when someone agrees to sit with feelings and hear their message. As this unfolds, something stunning occurs. You start dividing yourself from your scars. You see painful moments shaped your views, but they do not set your identity. You begin challenging beliefs once seeming fixed. Maybe you thought unloved since someone departed. Maybe you thought inadequate since someone judged. Maybe you thought always deserted from a hard past event. Mending lets you view those ideas born from hurt, not reality. This insight grants emotional liberty. Instead of automatic replies to events, you gain power for aware responses. Dread starts losing hold on your picks. Past triggers weaken. Events once sparking worry, doubt, or inner chaos stop hitting the same. You start living bonds from presence, not past scar shadows. Your force shifts because of it. Folks talk energy as puzzling, but much notice stems from feeling habits. A mended soul holds differently than one ruled by unsettled hurt. There is more calm, more self-knowledge, and more feeling steadiness. Their exchanges feel truer since no longer led mainly by dread, doubt, or need for non-stop comfort. This evolution hits vital links powerfully. Your soulmate notices you turning emotionally open in ways once impossible. They sense the gap between one chasing affection to flee hurt and one set to give affection from fullness. There is depth, growth, and genuineness rising as old scars start mending. The feeling walls once barring links slowly melt, opening room for better grasp and faith. Every tough moment you endured held growth potential. Every hurdle called for deeper self-insight. Every scar hid a teaching ready to uncover. By picking mending over staying stuck in old hurt, you turned pain to insight, dread to grasp, and feeling marks to power sources, quietly reshaping every bond you form. Letting go of dread and clinging stands as one of the strongest inner moves someone can make. Since dread often masks as affection, countless think they love deeply when really fearing deeply. They dread losing someone, dread desertion, dread being overlooked, dread replacement, or dread solo ends. These dreads tangle so with feelings it hardens, telling real care from emotional reliance. The outcome is bond patterns where someone links not from liberty, but from worry and doubt. Clinging in unhealthy shape is believing your joy, value, or feeling steadiness rests fully on another. When clinging grows too much, each exchange bears feeling load. A late reply seems risky, a space moment alarms, a clash seems disastrous. The mind fills with efforts to steer results, guess acts, and lock comfort. Instead of savoring the link, someone traps in endless watch, hunting proofs, all stays safe. The unaware mind often drives these habits. Dread seldom springs from now alone. It ties usually to earlier moments, leaving feeling marks deep in spirit. Past letdowns, disloyalties, dismissals, or losses build inner guesses, history repeats. Unaware, folks approach fresh bonds via old scar views. They cling not just to the current person, but hope this bond finally mends all prior hurt. This piles huge strain. No bond can bear fixing someone's full feeling past. When expecting another for total safety, total approval, and total fill, letdown comes. The bond burdens with hopes no person can truly meet. Dread then strengthens as each flaw seems to risk the feeling steadiness put in another's hands. Letting go of dread and clinging starts with deep insight. Real safety lies not outside you. This avoids turning remote, icy, or feeling closed. It means seeing your inner calm does not rest fully on another's moves. You quit weighing your value by someone's notice. You quit letting every outside event set your feeling state. You start building a bond with yourself, offering steadiness amid doubt. As this evolution plays out, something stunning occurs. The urge to steer fades. You no longer push results or hunt non-stop comfort. Instead of tight holding, you learn faith. You faith yourself, your bounce back, your skill facing life, and the natural flow of bonds. This faith grants feeling liberty by lifting endless strain for matching expectations. Folks often misread release. They think it means quitting or stopping care. Truly, release means caring free of grip. It means loving without owning. It means valuing links without steering every part. Tremendous power lives in this view since it lets bonds expand and grow free. Real closeness blooms in liberty, not dread. Your soulmate feels this move deeply. When dread no longer rules your acts, your being turns calmer and truer. You seek no non-stop love proof since no longer from scarcity. Instead, you offer assurance, faith, and feeling growth to the link. This builds fresh energy, one feeling secure, not pushy, open, not tight, and real, not needy. The letting go of clinging also opens room for self-growth. Force once used on worry, overthink, and chasing sure things frees for self-find, invention, aim, and inner build. You start living fuller now since focus no longer caught by dreads of tomorrow. Life turns less about steering results and more about feeling each instant with notice and embrace. When dread eases hold and toxic clinging melts, affection gains fresh nature. It turns less possession and more link, less want and more thanks, less worry and more faith. The heart no longer stretches out desperate but opens free from inner bravery, fullness, building space for deeper, truer ties to rise. Turning feeling real ranks among key steps in self-change since it makes someone quit hiding from self. Countless spend years showing selves they think others will take. They train to bury some feelings, hide some dreads, and show only traits earning like. Over time, this turns routine so they drift from true feelings. They master masks. Yet those masks breed quiet void since blocking real links to self and others. From young, folks get endless cues on who to become, told behavior rules, allowed feelings, hidden parts. Thus many form habit-burying, uneasy feelings underground. Rage buries as unfit, sorrow hides as frail, dread denies as awkward, even delight and thrill restrain if fearing critique. While these protect short-term, They build split between shown self and true inner. The deep mind discards not these buried feelings. Ignored stays not gone. Instead, it steers ideas, replies, bonds from below aware level. Someone may feel cut off without knowing cause. They battle repeating feeling habits or strain in bonds since not voicing real emotions. Effort keeping false face tires, leaving unseen amid crowds. Feeling real starts when someone gains bravery to own true inner happenings. This needs truth. It means seeing feelings without quick judgment. Instead of faking fine, you let hurt show. Instead of rejecting dread, you note it. Instead of burying letdown, you take it as experience part. This truth builds deeper self-bond, since no longer battling own reality. As insight grows, self-embrace comes. You start seeing feelings not foes to beat, but signals to grasp. Each carries data on wants, values, moments, inner realm. When quitting reject self-parts, you turn fuller. Force once on hiding, faking, burying frees for growth and self-grasp. This evolution remakes how you engage others. Feeling real folks talk differently. They skip tricks, over-pleasing or endless approval hunts. They voice with sharper clear since knowing true feels. Their words and acts line better. Less mix-up, less inner clash, more match between inner and shown. Folks draw natural to real since building faith. Most spot when someone shows crafted face, not true self. Real carries fresh feel. It seems true, rooted, feeling honest. It lets deeper links form since bonds turn meaningful only when showing real selves. Your soulmate feels this move profoundly. They link not to mask, perfect image, or you shaped for acceptance. They link to true beneath. This builds stronger feeling tie since real calls real back. When one dares genuine, it often spurs others drop guards too. As feeling real grows, dread of critique fades hold. You worry less meeting all hopes and focus more living true to self. Picks start mirroring real values, not outside forces. Bonds turn healthier, built on truth, not show. Urge to prove self constantly dims since no longer approval via fake self. Most vital links rarely form via flawlessness. They rise when allowing seen as true with powers, soft spots, dreams, flaws together. Feeling real builds base for that link by swapping false with truth and show with real being. Trusting the path stands as toughest teaching someone learns since mind seeks sure. It wants firm answers, known ends, promises on tomorrow. In affection, bonds, self-growth, this sure hunger strengthens. Folks want timing, method. If efforts yield, hoped wins. Yet life seldom follows neat map. Much destiny forms via surprise moments, hurdles, waits, chances unguessable ahead. For many, lacking control over these unknowns breeds worry. They fixate on timing and ends questions. They study each scene, hunt hints, push clear where missing. Such non-stop mind work often roots in dread, not insight. Below control need hides deeper worry, things fail desired. Mind thinks hard think, careful plan, close watch shields from letdown. Issue is over control builds pushback. Instead, letting life flow free, someone traps in overthink and feeling strain. They waste time on future worry, losing now link. Growth, joy, self-find chances miss, since focus locks on yet to come ends. Trusting path means not passive or skip duty. It means not ignore aims or avoid steps. Instead, it sees personal control bounds. It grasps U-shape path via picks and work, yet control not every event, person, scene. Life parts need patience, open, belief in time flows. As someone builds this faith, unknown relation shifts. Instead, seeing waits as loss, view waits as ready chances. Instead, read blocks as wrong way. See blocks hold key lessons. Moments once pointless show deeper mean. From wide view, spirit evolves in process. Dread slowly loses rule since faith builds feeling steadiness. Someone quits forcing every end for security. They build assurance in adapting, learning, growing no matter what. This assurance rests not on future knowledge, it rests on self-knowledge. Your soulmate senses this, since faith shapes energy and bonds. When forcing ends often show worry, strain, feeling rush. When trusting path, show calm, patience, assurance. Presence feels fresh, since no longer ruled by dread of possible. This move also opens deeper link space. Bonds bloom when growing natural, not steered by hopes and pushes. Faith spurs open since lifts constant future comfort hunt. It lets value now unfolding, not consumed by later possible. As faith grows, life feels less fight versus unknown and more discovery process. Every moment, nice or hard, joins bigger growth tale. Focus moves from steering each part to learning each part as comes, building steady peace even when tomorrow hides next. Matching your deeper aim is not finding one huge task suddenly clarifying all life. It is slow process linking tighter to truest, authentic self parts. Countless walk life led mostly by outside hopes. They chase aim society prizes paths others like, picks seeming successful outward. While these give short joy, they leave lingering sense something key absent. Deep in spirit lives meaning hunger. Ignored, someone feels cut from self despite wins. Deeper aim emerges when paying mind to true inner echoes. This hits often in think times, hurdles, self-change. Tough moments push questioning old views and life direction rethink. They ask deeper on identity, true importance, world contribution wish. These queries shift focus from outside approval to inner truth. Path to aim rarely straight. Mind resists change, since known feels safe though not growing. Someone may tear between expected and meaningful. This inner clash builds strain since deep self craves real while trained self seeks like and safe. Growth hits when gaining bravery following true, not just easy. As aim match rises, life feels changed. Greater direction sense even unclear answers. Picks ease since value led, not dread. Instead, asking impress others, start asking reflect true nature. Acts line better with beliefs, building integrity, boosting self-honor and inner assurance. This match hits feeling health powerfully. Many worry forms when living against deep values. Ignore key wants, bury true goals, stay in unsupporting scenes. Over time breeds frustration and feeling drain. When living by aim, much inner clash dissolves. Force once keeping fake life frees for invention, passion, study, meaningful give. Aim also remakes bond experience. Disconnected folks often seek others for self and way. They depend on outside like since lacking strong self-values link. Opposite, aim matched brings fuller wholeness to bonds, not seeking another defined self. Instead, share life from self-knowledge and inner firm. Your soulmate feels this evolution effects since aim shapes all presence. Noticeable gap between drifting aimless and one calm, linked deeper meaning. Aim builds clear, assurance, real. It grants quiet power independent of scenes or outside like. As aligning higher aim, acts, ideas, values team not clash. This unity builds balance others feel. Growth measures not just wins or outside success, but growing link between true self and daily living choice. In that match, spirit deeper parts express, letting life show qualities waiting emerge always. As this path ends, one reality shines. The evolution your soulmate feels happens not from chasing affection harder, waiting more, or becoming other,